Pain, excruciating pain. I grabbed my head. It was horrible. It was soul controlling. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't do anything. All I could do was hold my head with the pain. I just didn't know what to do. If I let my head go, I thought maybe it had burst. I couldn't think. I was hyperventilating. I know I was actually moaning. I was swaying. I didn't know what to do. All I could think of was how could I survive the pain. My husband Peter was quite concerned and was trying to ask me, could he help me? I couldn't answer. All I could do was concentrate on surviving this pain. Then he came up close to me and asked me, do you think you might have tic douloureux? I'd had that facial neuralgia some years before, and Peter saw that the pain was similar. I just sort of gasped at him, what? I didn't really know what he'd said, so he repeated again. Do you think you have tic douloureux? Peter, I don't know what you're talking about, I said to him. At that point, Peter really knew what had happened. He immediately called the ambulance. When the ambulance arrived, the pain had started to subside a little, and I was put on the trolley, and as I was being pushed out, my 90-year-old semi-invalid mum, who was nearly blind, struggled out to give me a kiss goodbye. And I said to her, don't worry, Mum, I'll see you in a few hours. And off I went. I didn't get to see her for 2 weeks. So I got to the hospital, and much quicker than I thought, the doctor came in and started to ask me some questions. What's your name? Barbara Gabogrecan. When were you born? 8th of the 6th, 44. Where do you live? I wasn't sure. I hesitated. Where are you? In the hospital. And where is the hospital? Again, I couldn't quite work that out, even though it was in the adjoining town. What's the name of the Prime Minister? Oh, why don't you ask Peter these questions? He knows all the answers, I thought. But I said, do you mean here or all over? There was dead silence for a moment. Then I said, do you mean the President? At that point, they decided to stop asking me questions and sent me for a CAT scan. While I was being taken there, the doctor said to Peter, I'm pretty sure she's had a stroke. After the CAT scan and I returned to my bed, it was really only half an hour before the doctor came back, and I thought to myself, gee, that was quick. And he said, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is you've had a stroke, but it's a mild one. The bad news is we found a brain tumour. There was dead silence. I couldn't quite comprehend it. I was sort of feeling confused. Brain tumour? Oh, he said it was good news, okay. And then I said, what happens next? And he said, now you have to go into the city to hospital, to Monash. And I said, when? He said, as soon as we can get an ambulance. Then the waiting time started. It was 5 hours before I got an ambulance. I think I finally got into the hospital at 1 a.m. in the morning and disturbed all the other patients. Well, it was going to be a different lifestyle than I thought of, a different change happening to me. And I was so concerned that maybe I wouldn't be able to do all the things I wanted to do in the future. But it wasn't until the following day that I suddenly had the shock of my life.